and welcome to our one-shot review of The Batman.
The Batman.
It's very specifically The Batman. I saw it last night. You saw it last night. We saw it last night.
T-H-E.
B-A-T-M-A. I'm going to put it out there. We're pumped.
This was amazing.
That's, if you want a review, that was it. Thanks for tuning in, guys.
That's it. That's done.
No, if you have not seen The Batman yet, now when we say The Batman, we are not talking about Batman Returns.
No, we're not talking about anything like that.
Batman and Robin.
Christian Bale who?
Batman versus Superman or Batman Begins. No. We are talking about Matt Reeves directed, Robert Pattinson in The Batman, released last week? This week?
This week.
Sometime in 2022,
Thursday.
depending on when you're listening to this.
We're recording Saturday. We saw it Friday. It released Thursday.
Blew our minds. We are pretty pumped. We start every episode of these one-shot reviews with our own ratings. And then we see by the end of it if it changed or not, if we've hyped ourselves up or cooled ourselves a little. Seve, man, where do you put it?
9.5.
9.5.
9.5.
Straight to it.
9.5.
9.5. I'm coming in a little...
there was not a lot I could pull apart on this.
I'm sitting at 8.5.
Oh.
And I will say, though, this is my highest rating Batman movie. Before, for me, it was Dark Knight with Heath Ledger.
Yeah. Oh, this is definitely better than all three of them.
And I was asked...
See, my highest Nolan was Batman Begins. That was the best for me, and because it was a perfect origin story. Perfect.
Yeah. See, mine was obviously because of the Joker.
Yeah, I know. And I think that's why a lot of people.
But what happens to me in my memory for that movie is once the Joker is dealt with and the movie shifts to Harvey Dent, that movie loses for me there.
I don't know. I liked Harvey. Aaron Eckhart.
Oh no, I loved Harvey Dent.
Oh,
but
I thought you were bad mouthing Aaron.
No,
Dent.
I loved Aaron Eckhart. That was awesome. I would love for it to be a different movie.
I would love for him to come back as Harvey.
Oh, it would be so
like get Nolan back and just do it as like a Two-Face movie.
Oh, I'd be on that.
That'd be pretty cool.
But that was my issue. It was that Joker was a steam train, and it felt like that movie lost momentum when he was taken off the board.
Yeah,
and that's just my own issue. And in saying that, it's still my favorite Batman movie up until last night when I watched the Batman and thought, no, this is better. 8.5, there's a reason for that. I will get into that, but you've got 9.5.
Still not my favorite Batman though.
You're all over Batfleck.
But you can't beat him. You just can't. That's what I said to the missus when we walked out. I said, if you were to put both of them against each other, it's not even a fight.
I'm going to go with this. So...
It's not even a fight. Not even close.
Once again, if you have not seen The Batman, you've had your chance now because we're talking spoilers. We're not going to break down the entire movie. We're just talking about things we loved.
Yes, that's what we do.
That's where we go with this.
It's a review, not a recap. Yes.
Yeah, because you've seen the movie. You don't need us telling you what you've seen.
That's right. Yeah.
You want to hear all the fun stuff, then go, yes, I loved that
and
too.
relive it. And then yell at us when we're not mentioning stuff that you
definitely.
loved.
But yell at us on social media. Everyone else does.
And we'll yell back.
Yeah, it's fine. Just yell.
We will yell.
Anyway, what I loved about this Batman, and it took me a while, and honestly...
Is it the fact that he was a detective? And it's like the first time we've ever seen it?
No, because I do think that we don't get enough credit for the detective work Batman has done in other films.
He hasn't done enough.
He reconstructed a bullet in Dark Knight.
So they've gone, here's an epic just display of everything, and you know what, we'll give you this one little... We'll just tick this box.
Look, there was enough.
It's a ticked box.
There was enough in there. It's like he was in full riddle solving mode.
He was watching over the city, not as Batman. He's watching things going on and sussing things out and putting pieces together.
What I'm saying about my own rating kind of thing here is that what dropped it down for me was something that was almost, I'm like, well, that was the style of the movie. Like, that's just what it is. And it's that I almost feel like I've watched a old style noir detective film without it being in black and white.
And Batman.
It started with that full title card.
Yep.
Into
Well, that's what Reeves was going for. Was
into the narration.
Style. Yep.
So the narration early on finished with narration 2.
Mm-hmm.
And then the way it was shot
was beautiful.
Now, it took me a while to get into it. I'm going to say it took me about an hour to really get into this movie. And that's how long I think it took
it was
the movie
shot
to get going.
And it was also shot very Westernish as well.
Yeah.
Which I think that's probably why it just clicked for me. It was like, this is just awesome. Where's Batman with his cowboy hat? Just put it on. Give him spurs.
And it's funny. It's like, this is what I mean. The things that I didn't like while watching it, after thinking about it, I'm like, actually, it needed to happen.
It makes perfect sense.
I understand why that first hour happened.
So let's bump that 8.5 up to a 9.
No, but it still comes down for me because I was sitting there in the first hour being like, I need something to happen. And it's because of that, I wasn't feeling connected to the characters.
I think they were also trying to build suspense as well.
Yeah.
Which it did work. In some bits, it worked.
Well, this is what I'm saying. It worked because, like I said, you know who the characters are. You're sitting there with all this knowledge behind you saying, I know who Batman is. I know who Alfred is. I know who Selena Kyle is. And you're seeing these characters. You're seeing these new interpretations of them. But they're not doing anything to kind of, I don't want to say redeem themselves to you, but kind of make you feel anything for them.
Yeah.
It's just, these are different actors playing these characters.
Yeah.
You know? But it starts turning when they have these little moments, and Alfred's the key for me. Alfred, I didn't care about. I was like, okay, it's fantastic. You're doing a great job.
Until he gets blown up.
Before that. When the cufflinks.
Oh, yeah. Are you part of the... Yeah, your dad gave these to me.
That was heart.
Yeah.
Right there. And you're like, oh, okay, I'm starting to feel something now.
I do love how they... Yes, it's year 2 Batman, but we still got a bratty style, which is very year 1.
And this is where I want to get to with your idea, your thing of the best Batman right now. Because, all right, I'm gonna shift to Marvel quickly.
Now, hang on, the reason I'm saying the Batfleck is still the best for me is because it's taken off one of my favorite Batman runs of all time.
Yeah, of course.
Which is Frank Miller's The Dark Knight Rises. That's Nolan. But so to get a live action which I still think was a mistake by Snyder. He should never have done that. Not when you're introducing him to Superman for the first time. Yeah. But it is what it is. But I mean, the brutality of Batman.
But that's the thing. So
they're two different Batman, though. They really are.
This is what I'm trying to get to. So your Batman that we loved with Batfleck was a fully fledged over it Batman.
He's done.
And this Batman we're getting is a baby.
He hasn't even worked it out yet. He did. He worked it out in the end of the second year.
But we're seeing it throughout this movie. He's falling through stuff.
I absolutely loved how they did that.
Stalling his car.
Like when he comes to that one of the end scenes when he's coming into Riddler's apartment and he flies through the window and then just trips over and rolls and it's like, oh, what? Oh,
all that stuff.
Oh, no.
When he flight suits.
How did he survive? But he should be dead.
As he gets to the top of... Oh, we'll get to that. If anyone shot him in the face, he'd be dead because he's relying on his armor far too much.
Oh, he walks in chest. He's got his... basically what he is, he's pulling his chest straight out and head back.
Yeah.
So he's just walking like...
the whole time. Like that whole sniper rifle scene where everyone's shooting at him at close
Did you not notice
he's with sniper rifles?
His chest is basically Arnold Schwarzenegger. It's just pulling, blocking the head.
I'm like, it's the same as Captain America. It's like if someone shot his legs, he'd be in trouble.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
stop trying to shoot his chest.
Was it Tony Stark said, go for your legs?
Yeah.
But that's where I was getting at. So I remember all the backlash early on, obviously being a Spider-Man fan, it hits home with me, of people being like, oh, Homecoming isn't a Spider-Man, like...
Yes, it is.
But it's Iron Boy Jr. or whatever. It wasn't...
those people can just shut up, though.
No. I agree with them to a certain extent because it wasn't until the end of No Way Home where you realize you've actually watched a character's origin story over 3 movies. And now you have a fully formed Spider-Man. And I feel like they're not going this, I'm not saying they're copying them or anything, but I feel like it's the same kind of thing here. We used to get origin stories where it'd be done in a movie.
Yeah, but this isn't an origin story. Let's not forget that.
But it's learning how to be Batman.
I feel like what they need to do is we need to watch Batman Begins, then this. And that's just skip the other 2 of Nolan's and Batman Begins this.
No.
Year 1, year 2, and then you could probably go bring the Joker in.
Because then you'd have an issue with the end of Batman Begins and the start of and the end of this movie where you're like, come on, man.
You've just linked the Joker twice.
Yeah, no, but also like Ra's al Ghul blew up all your exits to Ra's al Ghul blew up all the exits to Gotham.
Mm.
You know, why didn't you even consider that would happen with the Riddler?
I to be honest, I would never have thought that was going to happen. I didn't think the Riddler was going to try and blow up
all the seawalls.
Yeah,
I didn't
think that was going to happen. That's probably the biggest destruction moment we've seen. It would be in a Batman movie. See, I'm not counting BVS as a Batman movie. No, I said that to the missus walking out. I'm like,
froze the whole city.
Yeah, but that's easy when it thaws out.
Yeah.
This is full destruction. Like this is just it's gonna. Do you know how long it would take to rebuild those walls and try and empty the city out?
This is one of those things as well where
that's a floating city now.
I want to get onto Riddler because
Kevin Costner's going to show up as bloody Waterworld.
Aquaman's going to show up, man.
Exactly.
Yeah, Mira's just going to drain it all. Go, no worries, guys. Back to your business. We don't want this as part of our ocean.
Accidentally killing 100 people because she just sucked the water out of them as well.
She's like, we don't want Gotham to be part of our. You can have it back. It's fine.
This is not what are they? This is not the new Atlantis utopia. We don't want this.
No. All right, no. I was going to talk about Riddler, but first we just got there. How? Because
how what?
Gotham is a character.
Oh,
in every movie, Gotham is a character, and this Gotham was grimy and gross and amazing.
This Gotham was New York.
This Gotham was so good.
We had Times Square.
Madison Garden, yeah.
This was New York.
Which is funny because I think it was shot in London and Quebec.
I think it was in London, yeah.
Yeah.
Most of it was in London, yeah. And I mean, Nolan's was Chicago.
Yeah.
So that wasn't...
a lot of the times...
They're never even in the place they're supposed to be.
But a lot of the times, from what I remember, Gotham gets parried to... Like, Metropolis gets called New York.
Yeah, New Jersey.
And
that area.
No, they usually go Gotham would be Detroit. Because it's...
We can't because they cross the bay from each other.
Yeah, but like...
Well, they weren't BVS
as far as where Detroit is in the world.
Did you notice we had a little Bloodhaven reference?
Yeah, we did. Selena Kyle off the Bloodhaven.
I mean, Dick's not there yet, but...
Yeah, you know. It's going well. Well, you're going to have a fully full Catwoman there when he gets there.
Well,
perhaps.
Old Battinson's got to find him first.
Well, we'll talk about where it's all going to go because...
I just want to say, is this movie going to shut the haters up of Robert Pattinson now?
It should do.
Because
I don't know why they were haters in the first place.
I can't understand.
We've talked about that on the show, so there's no point going into it because he's fantastic.
Yeah, the people that hate on him are hating on him because of Twilight. They're not hating on him. And I think it's because...
You see that interview that he did with Zoe Kravitz?
Which one? He's done heaps.
Well, they're sitting there next to each other and she's like, I never actually watched
I did. And he's like, you did.
He's like, you're a hater. It's not cool to hate. He's like, that was so 2010. That was fantastic. Right.
It's like, just get over it. But I mean, like, I think the majority of the haters of him are all men. And it's because all their girlfriends back then liked Ed Wood.
Look, I don't know what it is, but just get over it, really, and embrace this amazing
and
Batman
go watch The Lost City of Z.
Go watch this Batman. Like,
go watch
all you
have
Batman.
to do.
Go watch this Batman because you're getting not just a great Batman, you're getting a bratty Bruce Wayne that hasn't learned to be Bruce Wayne yet.
You're getting a great everyone.
Yeah, there was not a bad...
Name a bad cast member.
No, they're all
very can't.
Strong. John Turturro.
Carmine Falcone was perfect.
He was so good.
Perfect.
Man, Paul Dano, I've got to get there. Let's get to the Riddler. This take of the Riddler, where they've kind of done this Zodiac killer thing with him.
Still not a fan.
I liked it.
Not a fan of the costume.
The costume was weak, yeah, but...
I really would have liked to see the theatrical question mark suit and that. I thought I would have...
put question marks around.
That would have been cool, but
who knows?
We got a weird duct tape, glad wrapped head thing and...
Yeah, it was strange, but...
Whatever.
Look, I think... If you were watching it from a point of view of I want a good, like a normal Riddler kind of thing that I'm used to, then that last scene where he's kind of recruited people to dress like him wouldn't have worked as well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The costume that he had worked well for inspire these right-wing nut jobs.
I was watching an interview with him this morning And he was talking about how he glad wrapped his head because to get into character or whatever. He didn't realise that sweat is not going to go anywhere. So it ends up going back into your body.
Oh, God.
Yeah. It doesn't just sit there. Your skin absorbs it again.
Oh.
And it can make you really dizzy and stuff like that. He goes, this was the first day of filming. He goes, no one wants to be that guy on the first day of filming going, oh, I've got a headache and all this sort of stuff. So he went home that night, couldn't really sleep because he was that knackered by it. Come back, spoke to the costume. They ended up cutting holes in the glad wrap for him so his head could actually breathe. So he wasn't going to pass out in every take.
I got to say, I didn't realize there was glad wrap on his head.
Yeah, and then until the guys dress up as him.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then he also mentioned, he goes, so when Halloween comes around, kids, skip the glad wrap. Just put the mask on.
No one's going to notice. It's fine.
That's what he said. He goes, you don't need it. He goes, basically what it was, he did it because it's to keep all the hair follicles and stuff from dropping at the crime scene so no one can find out who you are. So you just wrap yourself in glad wrap.
Yeah.
It's like, well, that's a way to just pass out.
Yeah.
Especially if you're going through killing someone who's bigger than you.
Yeah. He was brutal with like frenzied attacking as well. That first scene, like, because they had this real Saw element to
Which is not very Riddler.
I loved it. I loved that Saw element to him where he was kind of like that first scene where he was stalking Mitchell and just standing behind him.
I thought that was Batman to begin with because I seen the white eyes and I'm like, oh, Batman's there. And then it was more like a reflection. I'm like, oh, this guy's dead.
Yeah.
This guy's dead.
And he just stood there for so long.
It was the same as when he was watching the guy from coming out of the bar, the DA,
yeah.
And he sort of just, and then he disappeared.
Yeah.
And then
but we get that kind of, that breathing that he was doing.
It was unsettling.
Yeah.
Very unsettling.
I was like, man, this guy needs
very Darth Vader-ish
pretty soon. Like, he's struggling. But Paul Dano was chewing scenery. Like he was.
I think the best bit for me,
good.
And I'm pretty sure it was for the missus as well, with Dano, was when he slammed down on the counter and I looked across at the missus and he's got his head like that and then Batman walks to the window and he just smiles and it's like, oh, you are creepy.
He's good.
So creepy.
And he just spent all that time putting a question mark in his coffee too.
Yeah. And that's all he was doing was just, I just ordered pumpkin pie and then I'm like, Reacher. Jack Reacher just wanted pumpkin pie and he never got it.
Oh,
he did it at the end.
Look, the best villains have that thing going for them where they start out with a cause that you can identify with.
He was essentially a vigilante.
Yeah.
Just he was a good guy.
A bit too far with it. But they have to. Like, because you can't have a villain having a sympathetic or something that you agree with.
Red Hood.
And then get to the point where you're like, no, hang on. I don't want the heroes to beat him. Because you need to go for the heroes.
Yeah, see, the thing that sucks about this is, and I would love to see like a Jason Todd show up in this, but we're about 6 movies away from that.
Yeah.
Because Robert Pattinson's got to age.
Yeah.
He's got to get a bit older because you got to go through what? Dick?
I hope he's willing to stay on for this long. That's what worries me about Robert Pattinson. He's one of these, he's an absolute artist.
Yeah.
So
and if he same as Ben Affleck, if he falls out of love with the character, he'll just
yeah. So hopefully, and look, Matt Reeves is giving him a lot to work with.
So what they really need to do is bring in a Robin in the next movie.
Yeah. Speaking of Robin,
like real quick,
that
little kid,
Jay Lacago.
Oh,
straight away, first scene,
Mr. Tim Drake.
I was like, what? There are a million actors you could have chosen.
This was filmed before Titans.
Was it?
Yes.
Oh.
So he was cast in that role before Titans, and then he got the Titans gig.
Oh, man.
Which then ended up filming after this, but coming out before this.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's all chopped, because the Batman got delayed for how long?
Like,
yeah,
you're right.
Delayed.
But the whole time it was like, Tim?
I'd think more Jason.
And the amazing thing was the way he played it, he was almost reverent of the Batman. Like, he told the guy not to shoot him.
Yeah.
He was like, no, don't. What are you doing? Stop. Like,
I think I come at that as a different angle. I'm like, if he shoots, he knows what Batman's going to do to him.
100%.
And it's going to end bad.
Yeah.
So he was trying to protect his friend, not protect
definitely.
Batman.
No, that's what I mean. But he respects what Batman will do.
Yeah.
If you don't respect what someone's going to do, you go, I could take this guy out.
Who are you?
But shoot him in the face, guys. Come on.
I'm vengeance.
What are you doing? Yeah, and that line coming around at the end too. I love that realization. But it's great to see a Batman get his ass kicked so much as well.
He got flogged.
Yeah.
But then flogged back real hard. It was like every punch he got hit by, he then turned the dial up and hit them back even harder.
It was a shoddy blast to the chest.
That would have hurt.
Oh, man.
And you see the whole thing, it's all pulled apart, his chest and that. That was cool.
I love that he can take the batarang off.
But did you hear the little sneaky remark from Gordon? You could have pulled your punch.
Yeah.
I did.
Oh, that's
it's like, he just knocked him out and he pulled the punch.
That early on as well, when you saw the mayor get taken out, and then I think it was, who was the next person? Was it the DA who was next? No. It wasn't the DA that was next.
No, it was the police chief.
Yeah. So before the commissioner got taken out, when he walks in and he's like, why is this guy here? To Batman. And you see that it was Gordon that let him in, and Gordon's not the commissioner yet.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, you're dead.
Lieutenant Gordon, yeah.
You're like, you're going to die.
Yeah. You knew it was coming.
You're standing in his way.
I just love that, how they're talking with each other in the cell. And they're just real close, face to face. He's like, they're just whispering to each other. But sort of making it look like they're not getting along. But because I think Gordon says to him straight away, punch me in the face.
Yeah.
And then leave. I've got the keys, go out that door. And then straight to the roof. So he's already told him exactly how to get out.
Yeah.
And then they just start having a little chat, and it's like, that's so well written.
Yeah.
So well written.
It was that Gordon was just, I need to get you out of here. And Batman was like, I need to give you information.
Gordon is the ultimate fanboy of Batman. He really is, especially in this.
Oh, so good.
I don't trust any of them. I trust you.
There's that part of me that...
It's like, wow.
Oh, look, I know this is a separate universe. I know it is. But man, I wish Jeffrey Wright had gone through to the Batgirl movie that's coming out. Like, he is such a good Gordon.
J.K. Simmons. Leave us with J, because we haven't seen much of J.K. Simmons as Gordon.
Yeah,
and I would like to see a little bit more of him.
I guess the thing is that, and this is where we're getting at, we know we're getting more Batman.
Yeah.
And...
Mate, we're getting 3 Batman this year.
Yeah, and we're getting spin-offs
this year. No, but 3. We are getting 3 different Batman this year.
Yeah.
Well, we've got Pattinson, we've got Batfleck, and Keaton's coming back.
Yeah.
All in the one friggin' year. 2 in the one movie.
It's a good year.
What the hell? Good year to be a DC fan, that's for sure.
Hey, let's just take a step back from that. It's a good year to be a comic book fan.
That too.
Because we are eating well right now, guys.
What movies have you got this year?
Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness.
Yeah.
Pretty soon.
Yeah, no, I knew that, but what else is coming out?
Got Moon Knight dropping in a couple of weeks.
No, movie, not TV, because Moon Knight's going to smash that. That's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of what movie was, because I can't remember the end half of the year. You've got Doctor Strange coming out is it March?
No, May.
April? May?
May.
March, April, May.
I'm pretty sure it's May.
So it's coming out soonish, next couple of months. So what's the second half of the year for Marvel?
Man.
Because I think we've got Flash.
Yeah, you got Flash, you got Aquaman.
Black Adam.
And Black Adam. And
so we've got 3 big.
No, you got one more. Oh, it was the Batman.
Yeah, that was this.
But you've got your 4 this year because you had none last year.
Yeah, we didn't, did we? We had nothing.
Which is what Marvel did as well the year before.
Skipped a year.
Because of the pandemic stuff.
Yeah.
Everything got pushed. And
yeah, so you must have pushed through at the start bit where DC's gone shut down, and then they've caught up in the second half of the pandemic.
Yeah. Where
Marvel stopped.
So they've got their 4 this year.
So we've got our 4 this year.
Usually it was 2.
And you'll have...
Wasn't it? 2 or 3?
I'm not sure.
It used to be... It started as 2 and then it went to 3.
I can't think what you guys have got now.
Morbius.
Do you?
Probably.
Because all the pictures keep saying it's coming soon.
But what makes me think about that is that...
Miss Marvel. TV show. Movie.
The Marvels, I think it is, yeah.
Is that this year?
I don't know. I don't know it's filming. Jeez.
I can't remember. You think we'd be all over this?
There'd be something big that we're forgetting, obviously.
But anyway.
Thor Love and Thunder.
There you go. That's the big one. Hello.
Yeah. And then I think
Mr. Taika Waititi.
Black Panther as well is filmed.
You sure?
Yeah. Wakanda Forever.
I thought they stopped filming that.
No. So that was, remember, because Letitia Wright was going through all that stuff, so it kept on getting...
Yeah, I know. I thought they just halted production indefinitely on that.
Well, they just halted her scenes. Who knows? And so the Marvels and Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse we get at the end of the year as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's the cartoon, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. That'll be good.
So yeah, there's a bit coming from Marvel, but from DC we've got, like you said, Black Adam, and then we've got the TV shows too. Or TV releases, sorry. So HBO is getting Batgirl straight to streaming.
Is that this year?
I'm pretty sure that's this year, yeah.
Geez, they're going to pump that out because that's only just starting to release pictures of filming on that.
Yeah, I think it's end of this year.
So they must be just smashing through that. I still hate her costume, by the way. I hate that costume. It is so great. It's so CW and
I've
gross.
heard just out of the costume, just with her red hair now.
Yeah, she looks good.
Fantastic.
She looks great.
Yeah,
but the costume looks not a fan. Yeah, not a fan of the jumpsuit. But anyway,
but what we were a fan of was Batman and the Batman.
I want to say we've spoken about most characters. Let's talk about the big guy, Mr. Colin Farrell.
Yeah, let's do it.
Was he even in the movie? Because I didn't see him.
Colin Farrell.
I didn't see him. I got told he was in the movie. Where was he?
Look, I saw him. I saw him and loved him.
I didn't see him once. I'm looking for his face. I'm looking for Colin. Where are you?
I love the way he treats the Penguin as a derogatory term. Like he hasn't owned it for himself.
Yeah.
He introduced himself as Oz.
It's a bully. It's a bullying name to him.
Yeah.
He doesn't like it.
Even though we then get to see him.
Because what they call him, he calls him a gimp, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Falcone calls him a gimp at the end. You're just a gimp. You think you can take over from me? And then he pulls out the gun. And he goes, oh, and then Falcone gets shot. And he's like, I didn't shoot him. I didn't shoot.
On that, we are getting a Penguin spin-off series.
I'm going to watch that.
Oh, definitely.
I'm going to watch that. We will watch that. We will review that.
Yeah, so we're getting...
You will get water coolers from us.
Let's get into that. We're getting a Penguin spin-off. We're getting a Gotham PD spin-off, which I'm not that into.
I don't
But we're getting an Arkham Asylum spin-off. And that I'm keen for. I don't know if that's the same as the Gotham PD one. And they're just saying actually it's going to revolve more around Arkham. Now, that leads me to my next point.
Well, that would be cool because that is a good way to introduce us to a lot of the Rogues Gallery.
Exactly.
Without having Batman.
Yeah. Let's get into the
Harley
little
Quinn.
bit of a retcon we got, which is that Martha Wayne is actually Martha Arkham and part of the Arkham family. Now, if this has been done in the comics before, but I think it was Earth. It was a different Earth.
Well, this is not. We know this is a different Earth.
Yeah, so they've gone.
I think someone said this.
Martha Arkham to give her the tie to the legacy of these not criminally insane, but these people who are trying to force everyone to be normal, essentially, through drastic measures. This has consequences for the universe, Batman universe, though.
You know what I've also seen whispered around as well? Is that the second movie could be the Court of Owls.
We'll jump into that now because...
And Thomas and Martha Wayne were involved.
Right.
And that's why they were killed.
That'd be interesting, wouldn't it?
Because they were involved in the Court of Owls.
Robert Pattinson, that rumor's come direct from Robert Pattinson, said he wants to do Court of Owls. Like that's where that came from, him saying 100% that's the next one I want to do. Well, not the next one, but I want to do that.
If we can get that mate.
That'd be creepy as hell. But we know the Court of Owls are in the background, always in the background.
Any Batman movie can do the Court of Owls.
But the reason
it'd be so easy to write in
why Martha Arkham changes things a little bit is because what's her last name originally?
Oh, I don't remember.
Kane.
That's right, it was, wasn't it?
And that's why Kate Kane is related to Batman.
Yes.
Through his mum's side.
Yep.
If she, so for people who aren't following, that's Batwoman.
Yep.
If she ends up an Arkham now,
Kate Arkham,
then her entire
story will change.
You've just given her license to say, well, you should investigate what happened at Arkham.
Who played Thomas Wayne in this?
I don't know.
I don't know who he was. Like I don't think I've noticed his face anywhere.
Well, let's talk about him for a second because
I don't see him as a Flashpoint Batman.
No, not at
Let's
all.
put it that way.
Jeffrey D. Morgan.
Jeffrey D. Morgan. Thank you very much.
Let's
Show's over.
jump
Let's go
into
home.
Thomas Wayne though, because did you go to the website?
What website?
So post credits came
No,
up.
I didn't even stay for the post credits. I didn't.
Okay, so
I
post
looked it up.
credits came up.
I typed
guys.
into the phone when the credits came up. I'm like, is there a after credits for Batman? And it said it's a website that you go to. And I'm like, nah, okay, bye.
Okay, so I looked up, is there a post credit for Batman? And it just said yes, and then sat there till I got
Your
question mark from the Riddler.
Your Google sucks.
Yeah, well, I didn't want to look at spoilers.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? So there was a question mark in that green Riddler Matrix style font.
Yep.
Then it said goodbye.
Yep.
With
I've
another
seen
question
that.
mark. Then it had the Ratalada
Yeah.
website, right? So I went to that. Now, based on your experience, and this might be the first time you're hearing this because you probably went, I'm not going to do that.
My experience.
Depending on whether you used your mobile or your computer. So I used both.
Okay.
On your mobile, all you get is it looks like your phone is redirecting through a bunch of like different Gotham PD stuff. It just like tracks down.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And then it ends up giving you, it's like click here to continue or something. And you click it and it's just a massive cipher.
Did you uncipher the cipher? Or did you Google what the cipher is and check?
I Googled what the cipher was.
My man.
Because
what was the cipher?
It was pretty much the Riddler saying, this isn't the last you've seen of me.
Oh, boring.
Kind of stuff. It's like his manifesto saying.
I thought we understood that when he was in the cell next to Joker.
Okay, but put a pin in that because
Pinning?
if you go onto the website,
Okay.
it's the Riddler's kind of, he asks you 3 riddles,
Okay.
right? You answer those riddles and it gives you a video to download, which you'll have a password to be able to unlock that video you download.
Okay.
That video was essentially the video that he was playing through the projector. That
The Thomas Wayne one.
yes,
Yep.
right, in big capital letters across it, saying "hush."
Yep.
Now
Which we saw in
we
in
essentially
the
saw that
movie,
anyway,
yeah.
but now they're putting it out there as like a post credits thing. This makes me think that we're getting a Hush next
Well, I mean, he was sort of
because the
that's
Riddler,
who everyone thought he was at the start before he was known as a Riddler because he was taping up the people's heads and
Yeah.
everyone's like, oh, it could be. I thought, I'm like, this could be Hush.
So
Like,
now let's jump into. So if you're not across Hush, you've seen the cartoon for Hush, is that right?
yes.
Have you read the comic for Hush?
No.
So I don't know how much of a difference is. I haven't seen the
I don't
cartoon.
remember Hush that well, though.
I've read the
It
book.
was a while ago.
So essentially, we're going to do a quick little run on that because this could be where we're going with
I
this.
don't think it is. I don't think it is.
So I think it's a great idea to do it because Riddler is your mastermind of Hush.
Yes, but
And it takes Batman a while to realize it.
I know that, but this would have to be.
It could be 3 movies away.
Yeah, it has
four.
to be. For you to pull off Hush, it's got to be, you've got to forget about the Riddler.
Possibly, yeah.
You have to forget all about that because otherwise, if they do it now, you just be like, there's a Riddler.
Yeah.
It's a Riddler pulling his life
It'd
apart.
also be, I mean, it'd be good to do it a couple movies from now as well because if you introduce the villains over the next one, the Rogues Gallery, and then, because the idea is that the Riddler makes his Rogues Gallery act out of character.
Mm.
So King Croc kidnaps a kid.
Yep.
Poison Ivy uses mind control to make Selena Gomez,
Selena Gomez.
which should be an amazing Catwoman, to make Selena Kyle take the ransom money for that kid.
Yep.
And controls her to do that. It's the first time you actually see Batman and Catwoman kind of get together in the comics, actually. Poison Ivy's pulling a lot of strings. She takes over Superman and makes Superman fight Batman. Batman kind of realizes that Superman's holding back.
Yep.
Has Catwoman throw Lois off the top of a building
So he's got to go save her.
to snap him out of the mind control.
Well, that's a bit crazy, guys.
Yeah, it was nuts.
Y'all need to relax.
So I don't think we're going to get that. And
No,
we'll say why soon.
I
don't think we're getting a Superman anywhere near this Batman.
Which is just
anytime
another
soon.
recreation of Nolan's. That's all it is.
This is what
You've done it again. We're doing the same thing again, but better.
we're almost too grounded to have these.
And I don't like that. I want this Batman and Superman to meet. I want this Batman to meet all the Justice League.
Of course.
Because that would be phenomenal.
Yeah.
But he's got to do it 10 years later.
We can do it 5.
He's got to be about 40.
You reckon?
Yep. He'd have to be about 40, and if he meets Supes when Supes is about...
I reckon we could do it in 5 movies.
30-something.
And the reason why I say that is because we've already essentially skipped a movie.
But in
because
saying
we
that...
skipped his origin movie.
We're going to be losing Henry as Supes then because it won't cross over.
Yeah, but you're probably going to get like some young Supes.
So who do we pick?
I don't know.
Who would you pick?
Boma.
Get out of my head. Get out of my head. That's exactly who I was thinking. Although we'll just pick Boma. It'll be fine. He won't be big though, but...
Yeah, but he'll be strong, so it's fine. Yeah, look. At some point, it looks like we're getting Hush because it looks like they're setting it up with everything they're going. You don't put Hush across the title screen in massive letters.
That's why I think it's a misdirect. To get the nerds excited, getting us excited for something.
Yeah, but then also have the Riddler say, "I'm coming back," blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? It's the tying of those things together.
Yeah.
And then reiterating it in the post-credit scene, essentially.
So what was your favourite scene out of this movie? Your favourite scene?
It ties into why this is my favourite Batmobile. I know the Tumbler's yours, but this is my favourite Batmobile.
This is a close. It's almost. You know what?
And
they'll be equal. I'll give them equal.
It's the car chase scene for me.
See, mine's the end. My favourite scene, like the ultimate scene out of the whole movie, is where he's flipped the Penguin over. Airbags didn't go off in the car, by the way. Penguin survived. Don't know how that happened. We just won't talk about that. We'll skip that bit. Yeah. But you've got the Penguin upside down. He's looking. He sees Batman walking to him, and then you just see...
Wait. But you get that, once again, the boots...
Well, walking
again. Slow walk. Yeah.
But then he just bends down, and you see Batman bending down, upside down, and just looking at him through the window. It's like, yeah, that's chills. Yeah. That's awesome.
And then you get that cool interrogation scene after that as well. With him
well done.
Up and like that whole, but that car chase scene was me. I was like, oh, I love this Batmobile.
The funny thing is,
the whole time I was like, I love this Batmobile.
My second favorite scene is when the Batmobile starts up
and it stalls.
No, it's just and you start seeing the motor glowing and the blue light from the jet just lighting everything up behind. It's like, oh,
and dude,
no.
I am in no way a car guy. Like, I'm not a car dude.
I am.
It's
beautiful.
That stole the movie for me.
Mm.
Now, if we're going to say, all right, so Batmobile, that was my favorite moment, but the end of the movie in itself, where Batman makes the conscious effort that I have to actually help these people without actually fighting people.
Mm. He's Batman.
Jumps down there into the water with the flare and tries to help. Like that
saves the kid first, which was awesome. Him and that kid, I'm like, that's Robin. That's Robin.
Yeah.
That is Robin.
He's like, was that your dad's dad?
Come here, kitty.
No, Mum, you stay in there. We don't need you for this.
Drown.
Yeah. So leading into where he carries that woman to the stretcher and she puts his... I got tears for that. Like that was... She's got no trust for anyone but Batman at that point.
Well, same as Gordon. He goes, I don't trust anyone here but you.
Yeah. And that's what... And even the voiceover he's got there, and this is what I mean with the noir, the narration that ended it, it bookended it. But him then saying, I need to be a symbol for hope.
Yep. You're not Superman. Get out of here.
Oh, it was
Get out of here.
So good.
You can be a winding river, Batman. Yeah. Get out of here.
You can be an S. No, that was for me. So like the Batmobile for action, I was like that blue and the sound and it. Actually, you know what? I said it before. Gotham is a character. The soundtrack for this movie.
The whole 2 songs just slightly changed in different bits.
No, it was about
4 songs. Because there was Nirvana.
Yeah.
There was the Batman theme.
There was that.
And then there was that.
Maria.
Yeah, the Hitman tune from Timothy Olyphant's Hitman.
And then there was another one too. But even just that piano riff they kept on doing all the way through, like that was the
Batman theme.
Yeah, but the real slow one, you know? That was a character.
Because that's basically what they did. They did a Mandalorian. Because that's what the Mandalorian does. It's got the same tune, but then they just slowly tweak bits into certain bits, and it's like, oh, that's
every
the same
time
tune. I know that tune.
Batman takes a hit, and you get that real,
yeah,
like, oh, The soundtrack on this was gorgeous. The sound on it was
The
awesome.
subwoofers in the cinema.
Yeah.
That's why you go to a cinema. That's why I go to a cinema, is for sound. Not for picture. Picture quality. I cannot wait to watch this
Oh, yeah.
on my TV. This
Yeah,
is going to
yeah,
be
yeah.
beautiful.
Well, I've
But the
seen people
sound-
commenting saying that, it was too dark. And I'm like,
Shut up.
no. I'm like, if you might have had that criticism, I think it's your projections problem. Like, I think it's actually the theater's problem.
No. It was meant to be that way.
I didn't feel it was too dark.
But you got to remember, these guys would have been watching it on brilliant monitors, so it wouldn't have, when they're editing it, which means it would have been crisp. They put it to cinema. Everything is darker in cinema. It just is.
But I just didn't feel like it.
You
Like
wanna
there were
watch-
scenes there. And I got to say, that muzzle flash fight scene, oh my God, that was amazing.
You want to watch a dark movie? Go watch AVP 2. That's a dark movie that you can whinge about.
Oh, yeah.
You can't see anything. You can't even see the Predator when he's not invisible. It's so bad.
He's like saved so much.
This
money
was
on
not
camouflage.
dark. This was beautiful.
It was
Beautiful.
gorgeously shot. And
The sunrise, was it sunrise or sunset on Gotham? I think it was sunset because I was just about to get to work with him and Catwoman.
yeah,
Beautiful.
that bat symbol too, that was awesome. Like
Cool.
the yellow and the bat symbol.
Oh, yeah. Did you notice he
Yeah.
pulled the thing out of
He
his
pulls
chest?
off his batarang, comes
cuts
off
the
his
tape
chest. Like,
and
that was awesome.
puts it back on.
Yeah. Oh man, look, this is a great
I wanna-
Batman. We didn't talk about Selena Kyle, by the way. What did you think?
Amazing. Amazing.
I loved the
Amazing.
Like they're unrealistic as hell, but her claws,
Didn't like him.
like
Didn't like him at
they
all.
would have come off.
Oh, she would
the
have snapped heaps
second-
of them.
But
How do you close your fist with claws like that?
yeah, but the second, like when she caught Kenzie, the corrupt police officer,
Mhm.
and you see he's already got scratches down
Yeah.
his face.
Yeah. And then she just pulls a gun out and wants to shoot him. He's like, no.
I love when they walk in and he's like, "No guns." Like, that's your rule, not mine.
I
That
said
was
that to I looked
fantastic.
across the missus. I said, "Did you hear that? Did you hear the little thing there?" Gordon's assassin Batman. It's like, cut it out, Gordon.
Oh, I loved it. I
You just
loved
bringing
it,
a
loved
smile
it,
to my
man.
face.
Yeah, but no, Selena Kyle, Zoe Kravitz, amazing. I wasn't completely sold on her.
I
from
feel
the-
like if they bring her back, she needs Black Panther style gloves,
yeah,
so the claws come out.
yeah.
That's what she needs. That would be
Retractable.
perfect. And have her be able to climb up walls with them and things like that. Like she
Yeah,
can just
yeah.
climb up stuff. And Black Panther, hook her up.
But the way she used that rope too, as like her kind of
Oh,
makeshift whip.
that
to
was
grab
awesome.
The,
Yeah.
how good were the twins? They were fantastic, man.
Do you know who I am? You're Batman. Then she slams a door in his face and gets his brother to come. I told you.
Oh,
But then it's like Bruce Wayne shows up and goes, "Do you know who I am?" It's like, you're Batman.
yeah. We've done this before. Now, that was one of the moments, and there was a few moments through this where in my head, I had to forget I was watching a Batman film and remember that I'm watching a year 2 Batman film.
You're watching a Bruce Wayne film.
Because when he first walks into, as Bruce Wayne, into Carmine Falcone's office, and you see that giant window there, I was like, man, I'm like, he's not walking through the corridor next time.
Nah.
He's coming straight through there as Batman.
You're going to see, and it'll be that I hate to say it again, but the Batfleck moment where he comes into the warehouse and
Yeah.
you just get that silhouette of the bat as his
that's
cape just bangs straight through it.
that's the way Batman enters a
Yeah.
building.
Or you just blow up the whole roof.
Oh yeah, just kill everyone on the ground with falling shards of glass that are 1.5 meters long.
You got to remember, though. You've got to remember. He's going to learn from his mistakes. It's the same as Soup's destroying Metropolis.
He's going to go down there and be like, "Oh man, I killed a lot of people." All right,
You've got a shard. You've got a
This
shard.
was
You've got a
me.
shard.
oh,
You're missing a foot. That
he's going to
would
be
have
like,
hurt.
"Am I the problem?"
But that was so good. Just
I love that we got so close to that line from Batman, which is, if you kill a murderer, the amount of murderers stay the same.
Mm.
Which was essentially because everyone's now got a problem with that line where they're like, yes, but if you kill 8 murderers,
That's right.
the number goes down.
All you've got to kill is more than one.
Yeah.
And you're a winner.
Oh no, I got it. So you kill more than I got that was Red Hood. Red
So
Hood's
you're
like,
saying-
oh, so keep killing.
2 or more is okay.
Yeah.
We're good.
All right, no, I learned from Batman. It's fine. No, but they
Read in the
changed
grey,
it
boys.
slightly
Read
where
in the
she was
grey.
like, you don't have his baggage become yours.
Mm.
That was such a good line.
Yeah.
Like that was.
And the whole you've been through enough.
Yeah, and she keeps calling him vengeance because that's what she needs from him.
Yeah.
But that was now
because that's what he says. That's what he says to her when she goes to kill him. So what does he say? He's like, I can't remember the full line. Something like you've been through enough.
Yeah.
Like that. And it was like, oh wow. Yeah, no, she has been through enough.
Now, the way they were playing these characters, obviously we just got to buy Catwoman. Because she was 100% in love with Annika.
Oh, for sure.
And then into Batman pretty solidly, obviously.
I mean, wouldn't you be? It's Batman.
I thought you were saying for both those situations. I was like, I didn't really see much of Annika.
No, you didn't see much of her. So
she has a Russian accent. We're a bit unsure about Russian now.
Yeah. It's a bit iffy, that one, isn't it?
Yeah.
But Batman, no, definitely Batman.
Yeah. I had no issues with Batman. No, guys.
I just want to give a little quick shout out.
Is it the Hot Toys?
No, it's Martinez.
I
thought they are becoming best friends.
I thought he was going to be a corrupt cop.
So did I. I'm like, Martinez is going to be a bad guy. And then it just turns out, no, he's just awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, Bruce Wayne.
Yeah. He was so good. Yeah.
Hates Batman, but loves Bruce Wayne.
I just want to throw something. So,
and then that bit in the Riddler's house.
Yeah, he's like,
he's like, why are you here? And then Batman just keeps looking at him like, just shut up. Shines a light right in his face. Just zip it.
Oh, so good.
Oh,
and then contact lenses.
But then he just broke out the whole. It was Martinez that told him exactly what.
It was a carpet pull. Yeah.
It's like, and he goes, how did I not think of that? Rip.
Oh, that was fantastic. Yeah, look.
The unsung hero of that movie is Martinez.
Yeah, it's like the rat from Endgame.
Yes. Yeah. That pushes the time button. Yeah.
Martinez. I mean, although
did you call him a rat?
Hmm?
Did you call him a rat?
Martinez.
Yeah. Don't call him a rat. That's rude. He's not a rat.
No, he's not a rat.
We learned who the rat was.
We learned everyone was the rat according to Batman. He's like, yes, this person's the rat. Oh, it wasn't the rat. This person's the rat. I'm 100% sure.
I know who the rat is.
Am I the rat? I love the penguin there. He's like, a bat with wings is a rat.
Oh, world's greatest detectives.
Oh, so good. Anyway, I'm so keen for anything they do in this universe. I'm just going to say
except Gotham PD.
Look, I don't know. I'm probably if it's an Arkham, because that's what they're saying. I think the Gotham PD is the Arkham thing.
I hope so.
So if that's the case, I'm all for that. 100% aboard.
Bring in Condiment King.
But
I want to see
Man.
Kite Man is legit.
Yeah.
We've already established this. And Kite Man is legit already there because Peacemaker.
Mate, I was watching I think Brave and the Bold the other day. Is just on the background. And Kite Man was like full villain mode, like taking out Plastic Man. Like it had like taken a part of his body to like make his own army of sentient kites or something. It was absolutely legit. I was like, whoa, Kite Man's got real. Anyway, I don't know where they're going to go with the next one. We think Hush will be at some point, but Court of Owls would be.
I feel like it's definitely going to be Court of Owls because Matt Reeves has spoken about it.
But it needs to be.
Pattinson has spoken about
it. The grounder. Like, because they essentially did Long Halloween right now. Like, this Riddler story took place over Halloween on purpose. Like,
yeah.
Oh, I got to do it.
Uh-oh.
Early on.
Uh-oh.
When you've got him narrating and he's saying, they don't know what shadow I'm in.
I am the shadows.
And you see that dude that robbed the convenience store run out, look at the shadow and be like, I think we can go put this back.
Yeah. He sees the chopper fly over, and that was so good. The chopper flies over, drags your attention up, and then the bat symbol's there, and it's like, oh, I'm
then they're looking in every shadow, and they're like, oh, actually,
I am the shadow.
Yeah. Oh,
not only is it a sign for hope, it's a sign for fear.
We got such a good Batman.
So good.
Anyway, I mean, we could probably keep going, but we're not going to. We're keen for anything else in this universe. I'm still sitting on 8.5. You're sitting on a 9.5.
I'll bring it to a 9.
Oh,
okay. It's 9.5. It's probably 9.5 is probably a bit exciting. I'll give it a 9.5. A 9. I'll give it a solid 9. I feel like that's.
I thought you were about to hit like a 9.2.
I'll go 9.7. No, we'll sit.
You've gone up.
10.8.
Yeah. What is this out of?
Oh, this is out of 100?
Yeah. Oh, you're like, oh man, no, I didn't like this movie at all, guys.
I'll give it a 9. Thinking about it, I'll give it a 9. There's still nothing really I can pull apart about it though. Like really, but I think a 9's good enough because anything above that, it's got to be. We really need to start writing down what we rate our movies because I need to know where I'm basing things against.
One of my issues was also the length of the movie. I felt the length of this movie.
I didn't.
And it's because of early on, like I said, as I was getting used to it, and then just needing to pee. I have never needed to leave a movie to pee before.
My missus did the same thing. She's never left a movie halfway through either.
And
pee.
I just want to make a note.
And it's funny that you both did it at the same time. I've always said you two are the same. Like
I just need to make a note for any person who owns a cinema, runs a cinema complex, whatever. If there is a movie that is 3 hours or more long,
put it at the front near the toilets.
Don't put it down the back of the cinema. Like,
who are you giving a shout out to on this one? Who's upset you?
This is Hoyt Southlands, man. Hoyt Southlands put us in Cinema 5 right at the back. Hey,
I think we need some complimentary tickets for that.
Fun story about Hoyt Southlands, by the way.
Uh-oh. Is this good?
Yeah. As we were walking in, it's more like a full circle story.
Okay.
As we were walking in, I asked my missus, because we're about to see Batman, I was like, realizing that for a lot of people, this is their first Batman movie in the cinema.
Like, yeah, kids it will be, yeah.
I think my brother it is. He's 21.
That's disgraceful.
Yeah.
Josh, you're a disgrace.
Well, he saw it and he loved it.
Good.
Anyway, so as we're walking in, I was like, well, what was your first Batman movie kind of thing? You know, and for her, she thinks it was Begins, but she might have gone to one of the earlier ones, but she can't remember. I know mine was definitely Batman and Robin, the one with Freeze.
Yeah.
That was my first. I want to ask you what your first is.
I need to check.
But as I was walking in, I also remember the first and one of the only, actually no, it's not true, but the first movie I ever saw by myself, like actually went to the cinemas by myself because I couldn't talk anyone to come in with me, was The Dark Knight. And it was at Hoyt Southlands. So I pretty much just walked into the same theater that I walked into and watched the first Batman movie I watched by myself and watched this Batman movie as well, which was awesome. So 2 really good experiences at Hoyt Southlands for me.
To be honest, I don't know what my first Batman in the cinemas was. I have no idea because where I grew up, there was no cinemas. So I don't know. It might have been Heath Ledger's
Dark Knight.
It might have been The Dark Knight.
Yeah.
That may have been my first Batman. I don't remember though.
I didn't see Batman Begins in the movies.
I don't think I did either. I think I remember getting that from the video store.
Yeah.
I don't think I saw that in cinema, but I think I saw. It would be. It'd be The Dark Knight. I'm pretty sure. I don't remember though. I'm pretty sure I've seen that in the cinema though. It'd either be that or The Dark Knight Rises.
Yeah.
It'd be one of those two. Would be my first.
Because it picked up so momentum. Like that was
my first Superman was Superman Returns.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's the one before that was a little bit before my time.
Yeah, of course.
So it is.
I can't remember. Yeah, I saw that in cinema as well.
So that would be most like our generation. I think would be the Superman movie in cinemas.
Yeah, and a great movie.
Great movie.
Which is funny because I remember getting panned at the time. And then we did a rewatch it a while ago. I was like, this isn't as bad as I remember it being. Like this.
I watched it. I think we rewatched it at the same time.
Yeah, like, and we had the same thought. We're
this is fine.
Both sitting there kind of waiting to feel out the other person. Like, I enjoyed it. And waiting for the other person to jump on them.
No, it was good.
I enjoyed it too.
It was good for a Christopher Reeve knockoff. And that's exactly what it was.
And the little nods. Look,
anyone
who
says...
He's got a bit of trouble now, but Kevin Spacey's Lex Luthor was great.
The best.
Like that...
The best.
That moment where he stabs him and pushes him and goes, now fly. Oh, I loved it.
He is the best Lex Luthor there has been.
I like Gene Hackman.
He was good.
But I think the movies...
I can't say he was good. He was great.
Yeah.
But Kevin Spacey was better.
Oh, yeah.
A lot better.
Now, he was better because Kevin Spacey was terrifying.
Yeah.
You were like, this guy's either going to hug me or shoot me.
Yeah.
And I want to bring it back to Batman. The Riddler was terrifying. He had that Saw feeling, and he could go from 0 to 100.
Well, he did.
Split set. Yeah.
Batman set him off in the cell.
Yeah. But not just then. Anytime he was on the phone, you know when he was trying to do the DA, the riddles with the DA?
Yeah.
You know? that explosion probably should kill Batman too, by the way. Like, he's got to be like, or he's going to have...
Did you notice the first thing he did was? He covered his face straight away. I liked that. Like, he knew the bomb was going to go off, so he's just launched straight across his face, covered his face up, and just whoosh.
It's because that wasn't to protect his face. That was because he knew that the next time he was out as Bruce Wayne, he'd just have this cow-shaped like tan line from the blood.
No, to just be, that's the burnt bit.
Yeah. Or just shrapnel just in there.
Oh, Bruce Wayne lost his jaw in a mystery explosion.
Weird. That's not suspicious. Anyway, guys,
Bruce Wayne.
I think we're going to wrap it here. We could talk about this all day, and we probably will once we finish this. But thanks for joining us.
Great movie.
I hope you enjoyed it as much as we did. And hey, stay tuned for our weekly episodes or other one-shots coming up. Like I said, we're probably going to do water coolers for Moon Knight soon, you know, Marvel's Batman. No, you know what? I'm not going to perpetuate that. He is not Marvel's Batman.
No, he's not.
The only way he looks similar is that he wears a cowl.
He's nothing like Batman.
Not a cowl. He wears a cape.
But he's nothing. He's nothing like Batman.
He's not.
Batman.
He's not. He owns his disability.
He's suit.
Batman hides. Batman
I mean,
says, "My split personality is my superpower."
Doesn't Moon Knight's suit just appear out of nowhere?
Yeah.
So that ain't Batman.
No.
Batman's got to go in the shadows and get changed and come back.
Really fast changing too.
He's very good.
Yeah. Like
He already had. Are you talking about the club scene?
any scene.
He already had it on in the club.
Yeah.
He had the hoodie, and the jacket was over because you see how big he was in that jacket. It's
No,
like
there was
he's
a
already
lot
got
of
the whole
times
suit on.
when he was wearing, I think, a full suit where he looked bigger than he usually does, and I'm like, is he wearing it under there?
No, because he would have looked way too big.
I know, but there was times I was like, oh, I don't know.
We would have got a Tyler Hoach and Batman, just a pea head.
We would have got a it would have been the opposite to Enola Holmes's Sherlock.
Oh yeah, just hulking.
He's wearing those
suits. Which we're going to see soon again anyway.
Yeah, Enola Holmes 2 coming out. All right, guys, cheers for joining us. And yeah, we'll catch you on the other stuff. And leave, as always, comments. Tell us what you loved. We'd love to chat with you about this. So hit us up on the socials and let us know what you loved because we loved this too. Cheers for joining us.
Bye.
Bye.